everybody, and welcome back to Madden 19. Today we kick off franchise, and it's the most anticipated series throughout any channel on YouTube. Today we're going to be starting our franchise, and obviously I haven't given you any clues on who it is, but we will find out right now. So we're going to start a new franchise, and we're going to use the preseason roster. We're going to make our own cuts, our own practice squad, and on the left side of the screen, draft class creator, archetype progression, scheme fits, environments, depth chart positions for specialist guys, snapshots, and more. That's what's new to Madden 19 franchise. So we're going to get into this preseason roster. And if you think about the team that we're going to use, it could be very obvious. It deals with the first round of the NFL draft. It deals with the back half of the first round. And it deals with the guy out of Louisville, Lamar Jackson. We're taking over the Baltimore Ravens. And we're giving this team, maybe in year 2, the Lamar Jackson experience that everyone is thinking about. Because we're going to be different. We're going to let Joe Flacco play out that contract year. We're going to let Lamar Jackson develop a little bit, if possible, pending injuries. Because we want Jackson to watch. We want him to develop. We want him to just be the best. So, we're not going to start him like I've seen other people do. We're just not going to start him. And we're going to let him sit for, at least a couple games. Then if we want to make our decision, then we will to start. But for right now, we have Joe Flacco at the QB1 slot. So we're going to create our owner here, and really the team, it's an interesting one. You have Terrell Suggs, who really guys don't want to see go, but it's an interesting team. So instant starter off, coach firing on. All pro for right now, simulation, normal game speed, everything looks good. Enable all, that's good. Injury on, pre-existing injury we'll play with on. Practice squads on, player progression frequency, that is going to be let's go weekly. Core length we're doing 15. Obviously accelerated clock on. We'll set it at let's set it at 20 seconds. Season experience, full control. Weekly training, the only thing, actually no, we'll do full control. We'll have manual for everything. Tutorial pop-ups off, fill roster on, auto progress off. So these are the general settings we're rolling with. So we'll back out here. We did our owner. And we're going to start in the preseason, obviously with preseason rosters. So, with that said, let's get started. Madden 19 franchise. We'll take a look at the roster, maybe predict the season, expectations, all that good stuff. So, brand new to Madden, the hub. The background, you can see John Harbaugh gear, and all this good stuff. So, actually, did I say John Harbaugh? I don't. Yeah, no, I'm right. Thought it was, forgot the Harbaughs for a second, but okay, awkward moment. You can see him in his office, play games. The game will take snapshots automatically. You will see that, plus Harbaugh. But in preseason, we have the Rams, the Colts, the Dolphins, the Redskins. And then we kick the season off with Buffalo. So let's just take a look at this team as it is right now. On the IR, we have no pre-existing injuries. That will change during preseason, I'm sure, but for right now, we are looking good. So, at quarterback, obviously, we were talking about it, Joe Flacco, Lamar Jackson. How about RG3? Maybe a piece to deal with read options or Wildcat. We just don't know what we're going to do with him yet. And then Josh Woodrum, honestly, will probably get cut. But we're letting Joe Flacco play out his contract here. Lamar Jackson, after that, presumably the starter in Baltimore. At halfback, we have Alex Collins, who is the franchise guy there for the foreseeable future. Then Javorius Allen, Kenneth Dixon. Fullback, we have Patrick Ricard. Wide receiver, we have Michael Crabtree coming out of free agency. Willie Snead, which I think is a very underrated guy. Willie Snead in New Orleans last year with Michael Thomas. He had his moments. John Brown from the Cardinals, Rashard Perriman, Chris Moore, Jaleel Scott, Jordan Lacey, Quincy Adebayo, or Adebayo. We'll figure out how to say his name, and Tim White. But I'm really excited for the Willie Snead pickup. Obviously, Crabtree, the veteran here. No one is over 30 years old. And that's important. That is important for a team developing. Tight end, Hayden Hurst from South Carolina. Big, bulky, but guess what? He can run 83 speed. Then Nick Boyle out of Delaware and Mark Andrews out of Oklahoma. So 2 rookies headline the tight end group. Left tackle, Ronnie Stanley. Left guard, James Hurst. Center, Matt Skura. Right guard, Marshall Yanda. Obviously the defensive captain here for Baltimore, 33 years old. Right tackle, Alex Lewis. The ends, Brandon Williams and Carl Davis. Defensive tackles, Michael Pierce and Chris Wormley. Linebackers feature Matthew Judon, CJ Mosley, Terrell Suggs. We talked about him. Zadarius Smith, I like a lot. He's very young. He can excel, very quickly. He has good recognition of where he is, good field awareness. Jimmy Smith, our cornerbacks now in secondary with Brandon Carr, Marlon Humphrey. Free safeties, Eric Weddle, Kai Nakua, Deshaun Elliott, and strong safeties, Tony Jefferson and Anthony Levine. So, very quick scan. Maybe get some secondary help. Eric Weddle, he's 85 overall, but he's small. Okay, we all know he's small. He can't cover the AJ Greens or really just a standard receiver now that's at least 6'2", 6'3". He's gonna get beat. And really, he'll get picked on. At cornerback, I like it. We're young. Only guy here above 30 again, Brandon Carr. But he's what he is. He's developed and he's a very solid piece at secondary. Our kickers and punters, Justin Tucker, and our punter, Sam Cope. So, right now, we're sitting with the 20th pick. Obviously, that is not counting any of the records so far. We don't have a second round pick for 2019. So, we have a 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have all our picks for 2020 in year 2. Hence the Lamar Jackson era. Practice squad, we have no one on there yet. So, let's go ahead and take a look at our schedule here. You can see we play the Bills and Bengals first 2 weeks. Who do we have after that, though? Well, we go into regular season. We have the Bills at home. We have the Bengals on the road. That is our first AFC North division game. Then we have the Broncos at Steelers, at Browns, who, pending the quarterback situation between Tyrod Taylor and Baker Mayfield, and all the weapons they brought in. Jarvis Landry, the kids they drafted, Denzel Ward out of Ohio State, Myles Garrett, some returning outstanding guys, Jabril Peppers. The Browns aren't as bad as people think, but we'll see how they do. Then we have Tennessee, New Orleans, Carolina, and then Pittsburgh for the second time. So after week 9, we're done with Pittsburgh. Then we have our bye week on week 10. We open up with the Bengals, Raiders, Falcons, Chiefs, Buccaneers, Chargers, Browns again. So let's go through this. Week 1 to 9, the Bills, I think we can win that game. The Bengals, I think we can win that game too. So we're starting 2-0. Denver, with that quarterback situation, with the defense letting up a bit, with no Akeem Talib, I think we can give it a fight. I think we can win if we really put it all on the line. Steelers, I don't think we're going to win because, you know, it's Pittsburgh, it's Roethlisberger, it's Bell, it's Brown. You really don't stop them in division per se. Browns, I think it'll be an interesting matchup. I'll give us the benefit of the doubt. We are 4-1 at this point with the only loss to the Steelers. Tennessee, I think will lose. So we're 4-2. Saints, I think it's a loss, 4-3. Panthers, loss, 4-4. Steelers, I think sweep us. So at this point, we drop 4 in a row. We go 4-5 into week 10 after starting 4-1. So 4-5 start. We go 5-5 with Cincinnati. We go 5-6 with Oakland. 5-7 with Atlanta. 5-8 with Kansas City. 6-8 with Tampa Bay. I think we have enough pieces. And I don't think Mike Evans is going to hurt us that bad, and O.J. Howard and all that. Chargers, I think we win. And the Browns, I think we win as well for the second time. We sweep them and the Bengals. So we finish 8-8 heading into year 2. Obviously, we'll see how that plays out. But with that said, really that's all there is to say. After this, I'm going to get started on preseason. I'm going to cut the roster down. Next time out, we'll go over the 53-man roster heading into week 1 against the Buffalo Bills. But, guys, it's the Lamar Jackson era. It's Baltimore Ravens era. And it's time to bring the Ravens back to at least the playoffs in the AFC.